makes noise and he reacts to it. Can't happen.
The game with Brendan has found himself in the box late in games relatively often. Is there something there that maybe needs to be addressed? Or?
Yeah, it can't happen. Can't happen.
Awkward. Well, life just came full circle for Brendan Gallagher, didn't it? Like, oh man, that is not a fun way to end this game, especially when it was tied. Once again, you come out and you play a great game again against the Stanley Cup champions, representing the Stanley Cup. This is the New Jersey I got, by the way. I just want to say, side note, this is the nicest jersey I think I've ever owned. I just want to throw it out there. I'll tell you the full story about how I got this jersey at another time, but I got this beautiful Stanley Cup patch on. I know we didn't win in 2021. I know we didn't win, but you cannot celebrate the run that was. So anyway, tell the story another day. Brendan Gallagher, life comes full circle for Brendan Gallagher. But before we get into him and Marty St. Louis' quote, of course, which like the fact that this came full circle the way it did with Gally's quote and Marty's quote tonight. Yeah, I mean, maybe you got to be a little more careful if you're Brendan Gallagher in the post game. Like I said, the other night I said I loved his passion, and I do. But do you maybe have to be a bit more careful about how much you give the media, because it's just going to go and it's going to, the refs have a lot of power still. I don't care what anybody says. They have power to an extent still in terms of how they call the game. It's not called evenly. It is not called evenly. I don't care what anybody says. Across the NHL, across the Stanley Cup playoffs in the regular season, it's not called evenly this game. But maybe I wonder if Brendan Gallagher has to be careful a little bit more just for his own sake, because now he ate his words, right? He ate his words here and ended up basically helping cost the Canadiens the game, which I know that he would not want. And that's why you didn't see him get even nearly as mad on camera tonight on the ice or even in the penalty box, knowing full well that this was on him. This was on him. So, but it's not just on him. That's what I was going to get to. The Habs really need to be less careless with their sticks. There was 3 high sticking penalties in this game. The one on Brendan Gallagher was the 3rd. There was one on Caden Gooley, one on Justin Barron, and Brendan Gallagher, totaling 3 high sticking penalties that could have been avoided with just being a little careless. I find being very, very careless, maybe in the case of Galley here, but I mean, I know it was incidental or accidental in a sense, but still, you just can't have that happen. You can't have that happen, especially in a game like this where you never trusted it. I never felt great about having a lead on the Vegas Golden Knights as much as having a 2-goal lead to start the game was great. The first period was great for the Canadiens. The first period was great for Caden Primo playing in his 3rd game of the season. So there were some really good positives overall. And thankfully for Jesse Ylonen, how do you say your name again, Jesse?
How do you pronounce your name? Can you say it for us?
Ylonen.
Ylonen.
Ylonen. Yeah.
You heard it here first, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks, man. Good to meet you. All the best. Take care.
Got a chance to ask him that in Montreal recently. Anyways, but what a game he had, right? And a beautiful pass from Mike Pezzetta on Ulanen's 2nd goal of the game. But before that, I mean, Ylonen just this is why I said before the season started that Ylonen deserved a spot in the lineup over Yoel Armia. This is just one great example of it. He works harder. He works harder than Yoel Armia. I don't care what you say. He works harder than Yoel Armia, and I'm glad Yoel came in and he scored the first game he played when I was at the game versus Winnipeg. Great. Now he's back down in Laval because it's not consistent. You don't get as consistent of an effort as you do out of Ylonen. So that's the answer. And Caden Primo came in and was playing a really good game, especially in the first period, kept the Canadiens in it while the Knights were peppering the Canadiens with more shots. And the Canadiens, everything was going in for the Canadiens in the first period, it seemed like, right? With Alex Newhook shutting Craig Button up from the Sick podcast the other night with Tony, coming in with a goal and an assist. Alex Newhook did in this game, where it's been pretty quiet for him overall lately. But we have seen some good effort, and now he gets rewarded on the scoreboard with 2 points in this game. So good for Alex. And also a nice guy, let me tell you. And a really nice guy that would have talked for hours, it seemed, when I chatted with him at the practice facility there. Jonathan Kovacevic gets his 1st goal of the season, assisted by Alex Newhook and Nick Suzuki. And that was just an opportunistic opportunity for Jonathan Kovacevic in this one. Just being in the right place at the right time and just going short side. Good for him. You know what? He needed this one. He was getting opportunities, right, throughout the first several games this season and just wasn't burying one, but now he gets the chance to bury one. The Vegas Golden Knights power play scores 3 goals in this game. You knew that it was going to kill us. Like, just the more that they got him, and as soon as you knew Galley got the 4-minute penalty at the end of the game, I mean, I just never had a good feeling. I never got texts that the Canadiens won, and I try to avoid my phone when I watch games because I record them a lot of times and watch them back after they've already started. And because I wasn't getting any texts, I wasn't hopeful that we were going to win. I just didn't have a good feeling, and sure enough, in the end, we didn't. And you saw the result: the Vegas Golden Knights lighting us up on the power play. Undisciplined, careless penalties from the Canadiens. The Vegas Golden Knights go 3 for 7. Habs go 0 for 3 on the power play. Josh Anderson still can't bury one. I'm not disappointed with his overall play. Like, I just think he's still not playing with strong enough players. Sometimes it's maybe an excuse, I know, but I'm not incredibly disappointed with him. I still like him. I still like him as a player. I don't want to trade him, It's still early anyway. However, I'm not overly disappointed. I just think it's going to come for him, hopefully. Xhekaj took a big hit in this game, and it took him out of the game. And it was the other shoulder, actually, not the one that he got injured last year. However, he did not return in this game, and he took a big hit right away. You saw how hard he went down, and he didn't even get up and retaliate. I was expecting him to challenge, the Vegas player there, who I can't name off the top of my head, but it was a good hit. Barbashev. I think it was Barbashev. Yeah. So it was a good, clean hit. They went shoulder to shoulder, and Arby just took the worst of it. And clearly, because he could be injured here now. And you saw him wincing on the bench there. You can see him right here in this clip that I can show you. And that sucks. That really sucks. Could be an opportunity for Norlander to come up, left shot defenseman. So that could be his chance to come up and actually, who I thought should have made the Canadiens out of training camp, but could be an opportunity to come up for him should RB be injured here. But I just hope it's not long term. I really hope it's not long term. Shea Theodore, if you have him in fantasy, he made you happy tonight. So goal and 3 assists for Shea Theodore, a solid defenseman for the Vegas Golden Knights, always has been. And 4 points for him. What a night. What a night for him. That's all I can say. Jonathan Marchessault, Conn Smythe winner. There were some good saves that Primo even made on Marchessault, but he didn't get held off the score sheet forever. He got himself a goal in this game. A couple of points. Jack Eichel ended up getting the winning goal in this game. Good old former Buffalo Sabre, and happier than ever to be out of there. Jack Eichel, winning a Stanley Cup last year with these Vegas. I picked Vegas to win the cup again this year, by the way, as a tiebreaker for one of my hockey pools. But Eichel snipes on the power play to ice this game for the Vegas Golden Knights late in this game at 18:04. Mark Stone, icing on the cake, gets another power play goal on the same power play from the Brendan Gallagher 4-minute high sticking penalty. Justin Barron gets a late goal in this game, assisted by Cole Caulfield. A nice assist from Cole, who Cole had a bad defensive play on. Which goal was it? Was it Braden McNabb's goal in the second period, where Cole was one of the only guys back, and he was trying to defend the incoming winger with the puck, and then he just veered towards the net to make sure Caden Primo could see it, but then didn't take anybody, didn't cover anybody, and it was just a clean shot for Braden McNabb, I believe it was, or Brett Howden, one of them. Oh, I think it was Brett Howden that actually on the shorthanded goal where Cole just didn't defend well at all. But those things happen. I'm not being critical. I'm just telling facts on what I saw. But the Canadiens really got to be more careful with their sticks. This is what cost them. It wasn't just Galley, although he did, contribute to the Canadiens losing. In the end, he got caught with his foot in his mouth in a sense, and just came full circle for him with his comments before this, or at the end of last game. So that's how she goes. That's how she goes, you guys. Otherwise, didn't talk about certain players in this game. And I'll just pull up the Canadiens here for a second. And it's unfortunate, again, for Caden Primo, who was playing pretty strongly. And then I can't blame him for some of those goals in a sense. And again, you just gave the Knights way too many opportunities. So I'm going to go to Montreal stats here and look at the sheets. Josh Anderson, he had 5 hits. I also noticed he was being a bit more physical in this game. I need a glass of water. Thankfully, the video is almost over here. But just trying to see if there's some more notable stats. Mike Matheson had 4 shots on goal, and he actually he tied with Ylonen in shots on goal in this game. And who else? Other than that, Christian Dvorak with 2 shots, Justin Barron with 2 shots. One of those went in. Like I mentioned, Josh Anderson, 5 hits, and Xhekaj with 2. So that being said, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you we'll see you guys after the Bruins Habs game on Saturday. I'm tired. I love you guys. That's why I keep going till the end on these, man. But Habs lose to the Vegas Golden Knights 6-5. It was an entertaining game from front to back, but the Habs still have so many lessons to learn, and they're continuing to learn them through this rebuild. So see you guys soon. All my best. Cheers.